Okay, so I was super excited when I received this phone, the CMF Phone 1. And truly, if you've seen the reviews of this phone, there is so much to be excited about. Apart from the fact that you can change the color of the back, it comes with really amazing specifications. So when I got it, I actually had in mind that eventually it's going to replace my very old Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. But 2 weeks down the line, I'll say that excitement has gone down from like 100% to 40%. Now that's because of some very important factors I discovered while using this phone, which I really want to talk about in this video. Now, don't get me wrong. There are more positives than negatives in terms of my experience using this phone for the past 2 weeks. For example, one aspect I have really come to love is the display. I mean, everyone loves an AMOLED display on a phone, and the only thing better than an AMOLED display is the one that has a 120Hz refresh rate, a 1080p resolution. It's protected by Corning Gorilla Glass. The brightness can get up to 2000 nits, and the best of it all, it supports HDR10 Plus content. Now, these are specs you get to see in more priced phones like the Samsung Galaxy A55 that cost almost twice the price of this phone. So, I mean, everything about the display of this phone is top-notch, superb quality, and the best you can get within the $200 price range. So one thing I have been doing, and which you definitely do if you have this phone, is use it to consume video content, like watching videos on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and the likes. The experience is really immersive. But then it hits you, yeah? Because one of the first aspects of this phone that you won't like is the fact that it comes with a single mono speakers. Now, not just the fact that they are mono speakers, yeah, which we can exempt considering the fact that it's a budget phone. But most times when I'm watching videos with this phone, the audio volume is either too loud or too low. I've never really been able to find that balance in terms of the audio volume. Now, another thing I find rather inconveniencing is the volume rockers to the left of this phone. Firstly, I feel like they are very short. So it's hard for me to really tell subconsciously which one I'm about to press. And I really wish there was a space between the two of them so that could take care of that problem. Now, what makes it worth mentioning is the fact that if you press the power key and the volume up button, or you press the power key and the volume down buttons, they perform very different operations. One will give you an option to turn off or restart the phone, while the second one will take a screenshot. So right now, if you go through my phone, you will see a lot of screenshots that I really did not want to take just because of this whole issue with the volume rockers. Now let's talk about the cameras of this phone, which for me is one of the best experience I have had with a budget phone. The Nothing CMF for one comes with a 50 megapixel main camera that is made by Sony and a 2 megapixel depth sensor that is only useful when you are taking portrait pictures. Now, the Sony camera captures really stunning images with lots of details and sharpness, as you can see in the pictures you're looking at right now. But then that is not even the best part of this camera. For me, that would be the fact that despite it being a budget phone, I still have access to premium AI features like Magic Eraser, AI enhancements, and other features that are only available in flagship Samsung phones. Now, videos on this device can also go as high as 4K at 30 frames per second or as low as 1080 at 60 frames per second. And honestly, the quality of the video looks very good with very little noise. But that brings me to the next question I have been pondering about since I have been using this phone. Like, really, tell me, why does Nothing as a phone brand not have its own native gallery app? Instead, I have to use the Google Photo app that, if you know it very well, is not so convenient. Now, this may be a little thing for you, but the fact that you have all of your media, videos, everything organized in a place is so underrated until when you start using a phone like this and you send a media file through Bluetooth and then you end up frantically looking for it because it is lost somewhere, just somewhere. Well, that aside, also the front camera of this phone is a 16 megapixel sensor, and honestly the clarity, the depth, the sharpness of the selfies I've taken with it have kind of like really rekindled my very good habit of always taking selfies every time. But I really want to ask you, are you impressed with the quality of the camera of this phone, like the way I am, or am I trying to like overhype it? I doubt anyway, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, before I start to talk about what is perhaps the most disappointing part of this phone for me, it will be the appropriate time for you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and also like this video if you are getting value for it, so that YouTube can help take it to more people to see. Yeah, you see, performance on this device is extremely good. A Sports Dimensity 7300 4nm chipset is actually a 5G chipset. Now, that coupled with the Mali G615 GPU with 6 or 8 gigs of RAM, honestly, all of these specs makes the phone the most powerful budget phone under $200, even under $300. So everything from basic phone operations to even intensive gaming can be handled with ease and smoothly, like hot knife cutting through butter. But then you really want to pause and think about something. A phone that has a good display for viewing video content, a nice camera that takes amazing pictures and very good videos, and also has a top-notch processor that can handle almost everything you throw at it. All of these nice specifications, all of this nice stuff about this phone has a common denominator that would enable you to enjoy the phone. And that is a good, long-lasting battery. And that's exactly what this phone does not have. Now, with just regular usage and no gaming at all I could manage to get was around 4 hours screen time. And that is how it took for the battery to go from 100% to 20%. So since I've been using this phone as my daily driver, subconsciously, I've been going about with my power bank, which is something I don't like. And also now I charge even more with my car, which is also something I don't like. But another positive thing about this phone for me has to be Nothing OS. I love it. The UI is so clean and is devoid of colors and distraction. Honestly, it has incredibly increased my focus and concentration, and obviously my productivity since I have been using this phone. Unfortunately, Nothing promised just 2 years of Android updates and 3 years of security updates, which in the grand scheme of things is very good. So the question is, will this phone eventually replace my Samsung phone? Honestly, I highly doubt it. Would you prefer a phone with all of these nice specifications with a not so good battery, or you would compromise some of these other specifications for a better battery? Just let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. So there you have it, my review. Yeah, I can call it a review. My experience using this phone, the CMF Phone 1. Like I said before, subscribe to the channel for more in-depth reviews like this, and of course like this video so that more people get to actually see it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.